I have been waking up at 4 a.m. for the last couple of years, and it has absolutely transformed my life. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you my experience of waking up at 4 a.m. for years, how it has impacted my life, and how to actually achieve such a routine for yourself. So let's get right into it. Previously, when I would wake up, let's say at around 8 a.m., my day either would start by rushing to university, rushing to my place of work, having to answer calls or to attend meetings. I had literally no time for myself, and my early morning hours, where I was at my cognitive peak, were being wasted away in shallow, not important work. Even when I eventually did find time later in the day to do some deep, isolated, focused work, I would often find myself being interrupted by calls, messages, or some other emergency that I need to tend to. This leads to constant task switching. And when you're constantly switching between tasks, then the quality of the work that you do on any of these tasks is simply not that good. The period of time between 4 a.m. and 8 a.m. is like existing in a different world. And on this world, you are the only living person. There are no phone calls, no messages, no meetings to be attended. Your kids are not screaming at you. Your neighbor is not ringing your doorbell. There are absolutely no distractions, and there's absolutely nothing interesting happening around you at this time. This window of time is perfect to get big chunks of hard things done, because not only are you in a distraction-free environment, but also because the first few hours of each morning, you are fresh and have no cognitive load. And this is the prime state of mind for you to do very demanding tasks. I have used this early morning window to work on many of my goals, from working on my thesis for my master's program, to practicing interview questions for software engineering positions, and even in the creation of this YouTube channel. A lot of the videos that you have seen have been created during this 4 a.m. to 8 a.m. early morning block. What I would recommend is that you ask yourself this question: what is the most important task that I should be doing for my long-term growth tomorrow? Currently, perhaps that task for you is reading a book on marketing, or building an AI business, or getting in shape. Whatever that thing is for you, you need to schedule it in this early morning block. First thing in the day, before you go out there and try to extinguish the fires of the world. During my early 20s, I used to watch this show called How I Met Your Mother. And in that show, there was this character called Ted Mosby. And he would sometimes talk about his grandmother's famous saying, if it's past 2 a.m., go to sleep, don't text, don't call, don't make any big decisions, because nothing good happens after 2 a.m. And back then I did not really get what Ted's grandma was on about. However, now after I have analyzed the life that I used to previously live, where I was not the most disciplined person, and I came to the realization that majority of the impulsive decisions that I made in the past happened later at night. Nights are times when you're cognitively tired, the day has kicked your butt, and there most likely are not many people around you. You're just alone in your room. This is in some ways a very vulnerable state to be in, and your desires for quick pleasure can really overwhelm you when you are in this state. But when you wake up at 4 a.m., you naturally start feeling pretty sleepy by 8 p.m. and all you crave at that time is just going to bed and nothing else. In some sense, by going to bed early, you shorten the duration for which you are in an impulsive state, and thereby protect yourself from falling into the trap of instant pleasure and making bad long-term decisions. So I guess Ted's grandma was right after all. Each day when I wake up at 4 a.m., I still get that feeling that I have done something special, even though it's been years since I've been waking up at this exact time. Because I know for a fact that 99.999% of the world is currently asleep while I'm working on bettering myself. And this just makes you feel so good about yourself. I can literally feel my brain patting me on my back and saying, good job, boy. And when you start your day with this psychological win, then all of a sudden this early morning win snowballs into wins even much later on in the day. Just the fact of waking up at 4 a.m. makes me want to best utilize my time later on in the day too. The second psychological advantage is that you begin to feel as if your day has gotten significantly longer. There are times when I've been up at 4 a.m., I've worked 4 hours on my business, hit the gym, taken a shower, coached clients, recorded content for YouTube videos and Instagram reels, and I look at the clock and it's just 12 in the afternoon. And I'm like, whoa, holy shit, I still have half the day left to do anything that I want. All my main priorities for the day are done. The reason for this psychological phenomena is that you simply get a lot more done during an uninterrupted block of work versus when you're constantly being interrupted by other tasks. And waking up at 4 a.m. offers you that luxury of uninterrupted working hours. If you're someone who lacks discipline, you procrastinate all the time, you're struggling to quit bad habits, and you're not just living up to your full potential, then make sure that you click on the link in the description and book a call with me. Perhaps I can help you transform your life the way that I've helped dozens of other men. The biggest criticism that I hear of the routine that I have is that you can't really socialize much if you go to bed at 8:30 p.m. And to be honest with you, that criticism is valid. You can't really do late night social events. But here's what I've observed about myself and about the many of the people that I've coached. Social gatherings are a source of pleasure. You like hanging out with the boys and chit-chatting, and that does feel good from time to time. But as I started waking up at 4 a.m. and started finding time to work out, to meditate, to read books, to create content, to learn, my source of dopamine switched. My happiness no longer came from just chilling with the boys or watching a late night football match, but it instead came from developing myself mentally, spiritually, and physically. And this has been true for a lot of the people that I've worked with too. At first, they were social butterflies, but the more they filled their lives with productive, healthy, meaningful behaviors, the less they craved socializing with company that was not necessarily good for them. That being said, even though I do not socialize at night, I still have really strong connections with people who bring joy to my life, my family, and a select group of few friends. So find ways to get time for connecting with people before your bedtime. Instead of going out late for dinner, perhaps you can do lunches instead. If you decided to go to bed today at 8:30 p.m., guess what? You are not going to be able to fall asleep. You're going to toss and turn for hours. Or if you try and get up tomorrow morning at 4 a.m., then you might just wake up due to an alarm, but you're still going to have brain fog. You're probably going to feel sleep deprived, and you're not going to be able to do absolutely anything. If you really want to fix your sleep schedule and naturally start feeling sleepy at 8:30 p.m. and naturally want to get up motivated and focused at 4 a.m., then you will first need to adjust your biological clock. Yes, you heard that right. Each of us have a biological clock within us, and this is called our circadian rhythm. If you currently have a disrupted sleep schedule, you're feeling sleepy at random times, and you're out of energy during the day, then it's most likely because your biological clock is showing the wrong time. If you would like to fix your circadian rhythm and finally get the sleep schedule that you always wanted, then make sure that you watch this video to learn more about it.